From Studio 15, this is News 15 Focus at Noon with Taylor Trichet and meteorologist Jordan Sandler.
Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to News 15 at noon. I'm Taylor Trichet.
I'm Jordan Sandler. We're about to split this week in half. It is hump day.
Happy hump day.
Yeah.
2 more days till the weekend. Just got to get through Wednesday.
That's it, you know. Wednesday is a Wednesday. It's not so bad. It's not a Monday.
It was chilly this morning for a Wednesday.
Yeah. You might have needed your warm jacket if you were out earlier this morning. If you head out now, you need a sweater. It is not going to be comfortable enough for long sleeves today. Beautiful blue skies outside and crisp air. Good afternoon, St. Martinville. 58 degrees outside. Got a light breeze coming on in. We're looking at the 50s all around Acadiana, 58 in New Iberia. Under high pressure, that is in control, going to knock and block all the clouds out of the region. So we're going to stay with some clear skies. Winds coming in anywhere from 5 to 10 miles an hour. That's that chilly north breeze. So definitely keep a sweater on through the afternoon. We're only going to warm up to 61. Coming up, going to take you through the rest of the week and what we can expect for the weekend ahead.
Bridge attorney has bonded out of the Lafayette Parish Jail after being arrested on prostitution-related charges. 69-year-old Walter Glenn Swallow was wanted on a warrant for prostitution, obstruction of justice, among other charges. Swallow was a former city judge in Breaux Bridge. In St. Landry Parish, Child Protective Services has launched an investigation after a 2-year-old girl was found wandering along Highway 190 outside of Eunice. News 15 is told that the girl's parents were taking a nap at the time. And Opelousas' mom is missing her daughter this afternoon. 14-year-old Crystalyn Thomas left her home in Opelousas without her mom's permission on the evening of February 18th. She is 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighs 110 pounds. Police want Crystalyn to know she is not in trouble. Their only concern is to bring her safely back to her family. If you know where she is, call Opelousas Police Department. All right, detectives with the Lafayette Police Department need your help identifying these suspects. The men are accused of stealing scrap metal in various areas in Lafayette, including a business on Mecca Drive. Police believe the suspect's vehicle is a Chevy Silverado dark-colored quad cab with suicide doors, chrome door handles, fuel cap cover rims, and body molding. Anyone with information on this crime is asked to call 232-TIPS. And we can tell you when, but we can't tell you where. Friday between the hours of 9 p.m. and 3 a.m., Lafayette Police will be conducting an OWI checkpoint within city limits. So if you intend to drink, always designate a driver. Not doing so could result in costly fines and serious jail time. The New Iberia City Council is moving ahead on several measures to improve infrastructure. The city plans to send a letter to DOTD to ask that they clean the span bridge on Ann Street. The council also awarded contracts to renovate the West End Community Center and the old fire station, which is now the Senior Citizen Center. 5J's Construction in New Iberia will oversee both of those projects. Chester Cedars is now interim parish president in St. Martin Parish. The parish council cast their votes last night confirming Cedar for the position. This after parish president Guy Cormier announced his resignation earlier this year. Cedars will hold the position until an election can be called. Barry Kemp, owner of Artmosphere Bistro, will be the first downtown business owner to seek a bar permit under LCG's new conditional use permitting system. That's according to the advertiser. Artmosphere has long operated as a restaurant and has run into trouble with the state alcohol board because it sells more beer and booze than pizza and wraps. The new permitting system approved by the council in January would allow Artmosphere to finally be a bar. Nursing students at UL Lafayette got some practical experience and a good vibe today conducting a health fair for area homeless people. Sponsored by Our Lady of Lourdes St. Bernadette Clinic and the School of Nursing. The students checked blood pressure, glucose, offered flu vaccines, and breast cancer and diabetes screenings, among other vital services. As I reported last week, they also conducted a supply drive to collect clothing, blankets, shoes, and other essential items for the homeless. The students even handed out reading glasses.
The object here is to increase awareness, health promotion, educate more individuals, and have services for screening so that we can see if you're at risk and stop issues before they occur.
To state news, authorities in St. Tammany Parish have recovered the remains of a couple found in their submerged car. Dustin Hartline and Elizabeth Day had been found missing for about 3 weeks. The case is being investigated as a double murder. Calcasieu Parish Sheriff's Office arresting a Sulphur man and woman for 35 counts of animal cruelty and 6 counts of aggravated animal cruelty. The couple is accused of having dozens of animals on her property, living in unsanitary conditions without proper water or shelter. 35 living animals were seized and 6 dead ones were removed. With the special session on taxes yielding little but discord over the past few weeks, the revenue prospects are grim for state lawmakers. They'll get back together next Monday to tackle the budget. Along the way, they'll edge closer to a steep fiscal cliff and a state house divided. Capitol correspondent Harrison Golden explains.
You're their lobbyist.
Chaotic as the 2-week special session was, the regular session starting Monday may just prove a battle far greater.
The next several months, we're going to have so much uncertainty in the state of Louisiana that we could have and should have avoided.
After failing to pass any revenue measures to offset tax dollars leaving the books July 1st, legislators will grip their fiscal notes tightly, sparring over how to pass a budget with as high as a $700 million gap.
They get a chance starting next week to show us how they would do that.
Challenge accepted, says House Appropriations Chair Cameron Henry, with crosshairs on the state's Department of Health. In the past year's $28 billion budget, LDH received more than $13 billion.
That one department is really cannibalizing all the other state agencies, and I think eventually the agencies will be able to figure that out.
It could mean the chopping block for mental health services and health care for the poor. And proposed cuts to higher education could leave college students with but weeks' notice on whether they'll receive need-based Go grants and merit-based TOPS tuition aid.
You have those who are already in higher education, maybe they're sophomores or juniors or freshmen, wondering if TOPS is going to be available to them next year.
Some fiscal conservatives say they're willing to ease the cuts with some revenue measures later on, but only in another special session mid-May, after the next 2 months of spending scrutiny.
I was never a supporter of having a special session before the regular session. I do recognize that there may be a need to have a special session afterwards because of the limitations of the regular session.
Exactly how many proposed cuts we'll see this regular session could ultimately hinge on whether the Revenue Estimating Conference recognizes new dollars available to help lower the cliff. And with that, we could learn the true size of that summer shortfall in the coming days. For your local election headquarters, I'm Harrison Golden.
The governor and state leaders say they're prepared to call another special session to fix the revenue woes that this past session could not. That get-together would likely start in the middle of May, and it could run through June, just weeks ahead of the state's fiscal cliff. All right, coming up, we have a special guest joining us. Val Senegal with Hearts of Hope is in the building, so don't change the channel. But first, let's head over to Jordan.
Yeah.
You've been saying it all week. It's been like a roller coaster of weather.
That's what happens late winter in Louisiana. Yeah, you know, we wish it could stay just nice and sunny, and we are going to get some weeks like that. Maybe late March. That's typically when we see weeks where it's just 75 degrees and sunshine. Could happen soon.
That's what I'm hoping for. Just like straight weeks, no rain, sunny, not too hot, not too humid, the perfect
I'm hoping for Festival International.
Yes.
That's when it's going to happen, but hopefully a little sooner than that. This late March, we should be seeing some of those. Yep.
Thanks, Jordan. Coming up, spring season is upon us, and of course, with it is allergy season. If you suffer from allergies, doctors say you don't have to suffer through it. Stay with us. Details next. Welcome back. More than 1 million switches used with garbage disposals are being recalled over a fire hazard. The recall involves InSinkErator single outlet sink top switches. The company has received 40 reports of water causing overheating, damage to the power module and outlet beneath the sink. The switches were sold online and in home improvement stores between 2005 and October of last year. Woodstream is recalling 28,000 mosquito magnet traps and quick clear cartridge kits. To apply for the discounted Prime, Medicaid recipients need to take a photo of their Medicaid card and upload it to the site. Of year, you've probably seen signs that the spring season is upon us, and with it, of course, allergy season. But don't despair if you suffer from allergies. As Tony Miles reports, doctors say you don't have to give up and suffer through it. Might try out some of those tips. An estimated 50 to 60 million people in the United States struggles with allergies every year. I know I'm one of them, but stay with us. Coming up, we'll have a last look at your forecast with Jordan. Our time is almost up, and Jordan also got the memo to wear stripes.
Stripes.
Which is a striped Wednesday today. But before we wrap it up, Jordan, last look at the weather.
It's also a National Cereal Day.
Yes,
too,
it is.
Yeah, I like little stripes on my Lucky Charms when they have little special
I'm a Fruity
stripes in
Pebble
there.
kind of person.
Yeah, you can't stripe a Fruity Pebble. They're too small. Small little things. I like a crunchy bite.